We are live. We got some people in the crowd already here. Let's see. Gwen, how are you doing? Dawn's lost track of time. We almost did too. So glad you're here, Dawn. Chuck and Belinda are in the house. There we go. Caitlin, I'm not sure if it's Caitlin and Colin or one of you or both, but welcome. Good to see you both here. And that's good. We got a good crew starting up right away. Oh, Gwen, thank you for throwing some links down there, and appreciate all that. Let's see. Jamie and Ryan, our Iowa friends. I bet you it's like 50 down there for you guys. What was it, 36 today?
Yeah.
It's like short sleeve weather here. Gwen, you're going to fall off your chair when you hear me say that, but it's 36. We're supposed to get some rain, like 4 a.m. until mid-afternoon. I think that's still the forecast, isn't it? Something rain and...
Yeah, it's from like 3 a.m. till all day tomorrow.
Changing into snow.
Yeah.
I don't want rain. It's like I want winter to just be here, and when winter's gone, going, yeah, here you go, tank top weather. So it must be 50s. Yeah, I did go out the other day. It was like 35, and there was no breeze. Today there was a breeze, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to go out like that. But it was Thursday or Friday. It was nice and warm, no wind. I did go out with just a light T-shirt and a sweatshirt on. So
I'm surprised you didn't break the shorts out.
It's oh, look at this. Can we rub that in a little bit? Thanks, Gwen. Let's see. Hey, Phil. Phil's coming in. Peterson Farms in Nashville. Welcome. We're just, I was going to say complaining about the weather, but we're not. We're enjoying the weather. Other than, I'll fess up. I spilled a little bit on Lisa's live on Friday. I think it was. I don't know what, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there. We had so much snow, and then it got warm, and we got some rain. And we have got a sheet of ice on top of everything. And our driveway is like glass. And I've got cat-like reflexes. I'm pretty nimble on my feet.
Yep.
I walked out and I went back end over tea kettle in the driveway. I mean, I just absolutely, it's like it went into slow motion. I knew I was slipping, tried to catch my balance again with my other foot. It went out. So I put my hands up so I don't, that's the old basketball routine. Put your hands up so you don't break your wrist. Thinking I'm going to land on my tush. I landed squarely on my back, my head in the snow. And what the first thing I did, I get up and I look, it must have been on Friday because you were home.
Yes.
I get up and I look into the house to see if Holly saw me, and I look across the street to see if my neighbor saw me. I don't care if I'm okay or not. I just want to make sure no one witnessed it. So that was the worst. I am so sore. I must have put my wrist down a little bit. My wrist hurts. My arm hurts. I'm just, dang it. I couldn't believe it happened. I haven't slipped on ice like that in a long time. And yes,
exactly.
Gwen, you are right on. Now, every time I go out to the girls, I am walking with my hands kind of out to spread my center of gravity, and I'm holding that basket of eggs. And the other day went out and I didn't have a basket. So I started putting them in my jacket pocket, and I had, of course, then all the girls had laid. So I've got like 9 or 10 eggs in there, and I'm thinking, this is when I'm going down. Yep. So I never think about going down. Now that's all I think about every time I walk, because it's still just a piece of ice out there.
Yeah. A little got broken up today with the warmer weather, but still.
It was slushy. So I'm walking with my heel to make dents in the ground to try to add some traction. Yeah. But I'm thinking I'm going to go down with eggs. I did that, I don't know, 2 years ago. When did I get my new iPhone? It's been a while.
A year.
A year.
Just over a year.
My old iPhone was in my pocket. and I didn't have anything. I put an egg in there quickly, and then went and did something, and I turned and bumped it, and so the egg broke all over the bottom of my phone. Of course, it went in the bottom connector. It wouldn't charge, so I got a new phone. But oh my god, it's so bad. Let's see.
Ooh.
And the eggs went sailing. No. Oh no, that's so bad. Gary, how you doing? Welcome. The old church 5-acre homestead. Hope you're doing good. Hopefully, I don't know. See if you got warmth out there. You had like a whole bunch of snow, and then it was supposed to get warm. So, yeah, you truly stumped your toe. Oh, Miss Betty's here too. Well, welcome, Gary and Betty. Thank you for saying that, Gary. Sorry, I didn't. Hopefully, I didn't get in trouble too bad. But yeah, it went right out from under me, and I think the girls are smart enough. They're not really going out on it.
No,
because it is slick.
Yeah.
We got the bale of hay out there. Got the little patio going, so they've got an area to go, and they're out on that. But to go out onto the path.
Coming up to see us, they won't.
It's glare ice, so they're smarter than I am apparently. So
well, we have to go out and see them. So
right, and I'm walking out there all tentative, and oh my god, I'm so bad.
I tend to stay to the edges where there's a little more snow.
Yep, right on the edges where the snowblowers made tracks. It's that rough from where the tires are, and the rest of it where we've walked, it's just glare. I'm done with it. It's like, okay, we're mid-January. 2 months from now, we'll be really in the groove of thinking, okay, we might be done. But that's when we get our most of our snow is in March. So if you're not a Minnesotan, we get the old tournament blizzards. In March, that's where like the first weekend is the wrestling tournament, the high school wrestling tournament. Second one is boys basketball. Then it's boys hockey. Then it's girls basketball. Then girls hockey. There's like a state tournament every weekend. And somewhere in there, you get the tournament blizzard.
Yeah.
And we get, 1.5 feet of snow and I don't know. What? Warmer here?
Ooh.
Gary, you're supposed to have like feet of snow up there. I think when I started watching your channel last year, there was like snow everywhere. Now you could be out gardening right now, putting some cool weather crops out, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the cackling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Our girls are making so much. We'll tell you this one. Holly came in and goes, Rich, you got to look at this. And one of our sapphire splashes. Well, tell them what you encountered.
So I had gone out the other morning to grab some eggs, and she was in one of the first boxes. So I reach in underneath her, and everything disturbed her. She must have been done or something. She walks out, and she's pure white. There's very little gray on her. She's pure white, walks out, and there's right between the wings behind her head, someone had pooped on her.
Right behind, and it's like a big nugget in the middle, and then a black mark across.
So it was right between her wings, like literally right behind her neck.
It was the weirdest thing, and this is one of our friendly girls. She comes up anytime I'm out there. She will nip at my pants until I bend down and rub her. And like yesterday, Holly told me, then I looked down. It's like, I'm not rubbing your back. No way. I'm not touching you. So we were contemplating a bath. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a day and just see what, if someone's really dirty, how much do they clean themselves? She really cleaned herself.
Well, and I think she might have been going in and out of the door too and got a little dripped on from the water and everything running off the roof.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. If you go in and out of the barn, the roof, since it's warm, is dripping water on there. But I'm trying to figure out, I made that tree. I don't know if people have seen our boredom busters, but I made a tree where the girls can go and stagger and get away from each other or get up higher and roost. And I'm wondering if someone went up to roost, she was sitting on the table. I don't know. I go out kind of at night every now and then, and I'll look through a door from another room and kind of observe where everybody's sleeping.
That's why we need a camera out there.
Yeah, we need a camera and see what's going on. So let me see what. So I don't know. I can imagine the cackling that was going on if someone dropped some
Yes.
love on this one. What the cackling was within the female community out there. I went out. We did a video on the dust bath, the inside dust bath, and every time I'd go out, they'd come and hide, or come running out to me. And everybody, I think someone pointed out, hey, it's probably they think you got food and they're jumping out. So that's why I couldn't do it. Well, now they're in there and they're fighting each other to dust bathe in there, and they're going to town on that.
Yep.
So
might have to refresh it.
I got to add to it because they're really using it now that it's caught on even more. But and now they're like, Rich is here, just keep dust bathing. So did I get
no, it doesn't come through on.
Oh, the hand wave. There we go. Okay, pink hand wave. Bunda Denny Food, welcome. Thank you. Good morning. If it's morning, you're over in Asia or Australia. So good morning. I don't know if you want to throw your name down there, or if that is your name, I'd love to catch that so we know what to call you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for doing that. It is funny that just watching them dust bathe. I get a kick out of watching them do that, and just how especially our sapphire splashes, who like the one that got dropped on, is pure white, just gorgeous. How does she not turn just absolutely black from being in that with dirt, DE, and fire ash? Yeah, I don't get how she's not just absolutely gray black, but somehow those feathers are.
There's oils on the feather that.
Something.
Sure.
So if she can't get all that off, we're gonna bring her in the basement, get a nice regular bath, get her all soaked down, and get her cleaned off, and then I guess get the hair dryer out and give her a little spa day or something. There's a few things I need to work on with the girls. So one of them, we've got some older gals that I think need to have their nails trimmed too. So I need to work on that. Mm-hmm. So Gary, you're the wait, 10:15 here? Wait. Am I off? It's 7:45 here. Wouldn't it be 9:45? Maybe I'm off. Do you guys have like a half hour? We don't have a half hour time zone, do we? You're gonna have to. You Canadians. Darn it, you come up with all these, you're throwing me off, or you're doing that intentionally to do that. Let's see. For the most part, they're gorgeous. They're clean. Mm-hmm. They're everything. They're right on, but.
And we didn't get them thinking that they'd be white.
No, they're supposed to be kind of that.
They're sapphire splashes, so they're a cousin to the sapphire gems, which is all gray.
They're supposed to be this mottled kind of white, gray, and some of them are. They got black, these beautiful flecks and everything in there. I'm looking at the screen. I wanted just to set the record straight. This is a doorway. It's not a mirror. We've got two trees. So that's been the big controversy. I love your mirror, Rich. Wait, what mirror? Okay, and I see how it does. Wait, where? Oh.
Go to,
Newfoundland has a half-hour time zone. Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. I thought everybody was on the hour. So, Gary, does that change? Do you change an hour then, along with the rest of us? Do the daylight savings baloney? You have to let me know that. I did not know the half hour. So now we've learned that. Let's see. New Year's Eve Live, there's a 30-minute difference. Wow. I did not know that.
Okay.
So jeez. Welcome. Thank you. You know what? I forgot your first name. Throw it down in the comments if you don't mind. I am so sorry. I try to remember everybody's name, and I'm so bad. Let's see. It's 8:43. So Lori, you're on the East Coast time, obviously. Thank you. 5:44. Okay, you're West Coast. Okay, yeah, we'll figure out everybody's time zone here tonight, at least. Xander. Okay. Thank you for saying that. I'm so bad, but thank you for saying that. Let's see who else. Susan, welcome. If you snuck it, you're saying hi to people. If you snuck in earlier, I'm sorry. I'm trying to kind of watch the screen, talk about the mirror or the lack of mirror, and some of that. Susan, welcome. And I thought I saw someone else. Sometimes the thing moves. Judy, welcome. Welcome from Pennsylvania. So some friends out east. Let's see. We've got all sorts of, trying to think of who I did. Okay, Caitlin and Colin, I did. Sharing everybody. Thanks, Gwen, for sharing all the links and everything. Hey, that also reminds me of another note that I was going to make and then didn't. Annette and Glenn over at the Cow Emporium, they are coming up so close to being at 1,000 subscribers. And I know everybody, that's kind of the barrier. Everybody wants to get to 1,000 subscribers and all that. So if you haven't checked out Annette and Glenn at the Cow Emporium, please do. They've got a great channel. They're out in Alberta, big cattle farm, a lot of gardening, a lot of neat stuff. Total scale that blows us away, with three plus acres. Are we keeping you up tonight? They've just got a beautiful place, and the horizon they've got goes on forever. But they've got great videos. If you haven't subbed to them, well, I would encourage you to. It's a great channel. Go check out the channel. If you like it, then sub. But they're getting so close. I kind of set a goal to pass the word around, see if we can get them over 1,000 this weekend. And I know I got some friends to jump on. Holly's got her own thing, so she jumped on. So we're trying to get them over the 1K, and they're just such nice people. So check out the Cow Emporium. Just a great channel. Let me see. No one else has jumped in. That's all right. Hey, we were going to have a guest tonight, and we had someone back out, some things going on, and checked for a couple of subs, and they couldn't make it. So we've got kind of a bullpen now building up of people who said, yes, I want to do it, and they've got some things going on. So let's, you're with us tonight. Again, I wanted to have some other people on, but okay. Did we? It's one of those days went bad. Okay. There are days where we will go out and do chores, and then it's like, you know what? It's the weekend. I'm up for a nap.
Yep.
One of those.
Or we get up early, watch a soccer match, and then
6 a.m. soccer match, and it's like, okay, the match is done. Let's go get that first round of eggs. I'm going back to bed for just a little bit. Not in the summer, but summer it's like, okay, let's get out and weed. We want to talk about goals, kind of goals for the year and last year, and what's there, Jennifer, how are you doing? And you know what? I call you Jennifer. I wrote that, I think we did some seed swapping last spring, and I put Jennifer. If I'm supposed to call you Jen or something else, let me know. I know Rich, the only one who really calls me Richard is my mom. And if she calls me Richard, then I know I'm in trouble. So if she pulls my middle name out, then I'm really in trouble. So, but if it's supposed to be Jen, let me know. So I'm not calling you Jennifer and you're saying, God, that guy's like my dad. Hold on. I'm getting distracted. In this house, I ate 68 chickens. Yep. Chicken math. That's part of the goals for this year. I wanted to just talk goals and kind of talk about ours. Also on Tuesday with Mountain Grandma and Lisa over at Yogi Hollow Farm. It's going to be over on Mountain Grandma Tammy's channel. We're going to be talking goals. So we kind of had this lined up, and then they asked me to jump on. So it's fitting. I'm going to try to talk about it in a different slant than what they're doing. But hopefully everybody's kind of looked at last year and what worked, what didn't work. I will tell you, when it comes to goals, I am the king of, oh yeah, waving my hands in the air and let's do this, let's do that. Holly shakes her head and kind of crosses her arms. And last year I wanted to put in, our garden had been established for 2 years. We had a storm the previous winter that ripped up all our garden fabric. So we wanted to put something down to weight it down. So we needed to do garden improvements, put a big tunnel for the tomatoes, wanted to put in an orchard, a big line of pine trees, wanted to put in a monarch butterfly garden. We talked about, adding, more chickens. And then reality hit in the spring. The first thing that happened in spring is we went out there and, hi, Paula, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully I'm not talking too much here and missing people as they come in. Let's see. I'm sorry. Did I miss anybody else? I thought, there we go. Mark, welcome aboard. Howdy, howdy, howdy to you as well. You watch and see if I missed someone here. The snow went away last spring, and we had all this garbage we ran into where we were going to be putting in the orchard. We started to cut a couple trees and then found all this garbage. We, there. Whoops, I missed it. There she goes, crossing her arms. Bingo, gotcha. So all of a sudden, all this stuff came up. The garbage, the garden, it was so windy, you couldn't get the garden fabric in.
Yeah, and the garbage, we only have a certain amount of time before everything overgrows it. So we try and focus on that early in the spring when
we can get in there more before the plants and stuff start growing up, and it's really tough to
get back in there and find it.
It's so all of a sudden we got behind putting the fabric down. And then when we were going to plant Memorial Day weekend, which is our traditional time to plant, late May, zone 4, that was the one time we got storms. The wind stopped, but we got storm after storm that whole weekend. So we were so behind. Then it's like, okay, let's focus on the garden only, get that solidified. And I'll tell you that, I thought that was a real winner. The garden performed really well last year.
Once we finally got everything set in and the troughs filled. And
we added so much. The tornado, I call Tornado Alley, Tomato Alley, the raised beds that hold down the garden fabric in one part of it. We made some strides on weeds. Added another area with some fabric outside for zucchinis and yellow squash. We did a lot of stuff in the garden. So overall success. Did we get to the orchard? The pine trees, the monarch butterfly native garden? Oh, got all the seeds. They're downstairs in the freezer in a sealed bag.
You didn't get the seeds.
I did get the seeds. I made that step. It just, we couldn't just get there. So, it was tough. So what it also taught me was I tend to bite off more than I can chew. And I think you need to realize that on the homestead, that you can't do everything in 1 year. So I've already been waving my arms, thinking about this summer. Oh my God, I can do this, and we can add this animal and this animal. And let me bounce up. I saw Dawn put down a couple of goals, and I don't want to get so far beyond it. I can't unpack. That's awesome. A great goal. Hey, some of these are, homesteading, animal, garden related. Some are personal. Some are, that's an awesome goal. Get moved in, get organized inside and out. And then, now goal 3, the tomatoes and squash. last year they failed. Did you know why they failed? And then what can you do to prevent that or overcome that? And then ATV or garage. Okay. And there must be more. But wait, there's more.
Fifth one. Yep.
Keep everyone alive as much as possible, safe from predators. Hey, that's a huge goal. I don't think you had a loss of any of your chickens. Now, I can't remember from a quail standpoint, Dawn, and you can correct me if I missed something there. I try to have seen all your videos. I don't think you lost a chicken, and you've got a good group of chickens who like to free range and get out and about. So it's not that there's not an opportunity for someone to get picked off. So you did really well there. Let me see where. Trying to just stay caught up here so I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Got 3 feet down. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys, I'm just.
Yep.
Moved 2 peach trees from our old garden. Oh, you to the backyard. Good for you, Gwen. Jeez, moving trees.
Nice.
There it is. Red shotgun. Do you have to have a shotgun when you're out in West Virginia? Thought that was Texas. Let's see.
Oh.
1 chicken out of my 14. She was pecked to death. Wow. Well, something wasn't right. Yeah, something's not right there. If they did it, we've had one that you could tell she jumped out of the tree out here and dislocated her hip, or she could not walk. And the other girls knew that she was the weak link. We ended up putting her down because we could see that she was going to get pecked to death. So something must have happened to that bird that showed an illness, a weakness.
Yeah.
Something was going on. I mean, ours, you could tell. Yeah, Gary, you're going to retire. Well, I think you are retiring. I mean, your videos, you're clearly saying you're retiring. So I don't. that's in the works. So
well, you said in June.
In June, good for you.
That's awesome.
I expect you to jump out of the school, hit the dismount, the Mary Lou Retton. Put your hands up. You hit the dismount. The judges give you a 10.
Oh, I was thinking a little school's out.
School. You get the Russian judge gives you 9.5 and you walk away. You've done it. Good for you. That'll be fun to see those. It's fun to see. I don't know. As you're reminiscing, you're kind of looking back, and here's what's going on week 17, and those are fun videos. You kind of chance for you to now look back on those in a couple of years and see what you were doing. So let's see.
Little Ridge. There we go.
Get my new tiny home built.
Very nice.
Yep. And sometimes if you've got a goal, that's the best. But it's just you can put slow mode on.
We'll have to check that out for next time and see what we can find.
Slow mode on me?
I think on the chat.
So I talk real slow. Here you go. Lost 1 quail to toe injuries.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember the snake, and that's what Dawn. We had talked to Dawn about coming on here, and Dawn needs to get her internet and everything together. Then she's going to be one of our guests. And that was one thing I wanted to ask was about the snakes. I remember the snakes. So you did lose 1 quail. Well, you know what? For the number of quail and the number of chickens you've got, you did awesome. You did awesome, or have done awesome, and you are doing awesome. It's great. Let's see. Something look weak. Yeah, something happened that you've had them 3 years. That's awesome. Lose 1. I mean, we've probably only lost 6, maybe 8. The most that we've gotten rid of is because we've sold them. They just weren't right. They were getting broody. We had a whole batch we sold because they're broody, or if they're getting old, we're selling them.
Yeah.
two that got run over by a
Yep.
guy driving down the street and just drove me nuts. A hawk took one out.
For that we know of, there might have been two others that just
That's true.
disappeared.
A fox.
Yep.
So yeah, and one might have run away. There's a rooster down the road. We don't know.
She just disappeared one
She
night.
said, "See you later."
Mhm.
I don't know. So let me see. Jamie, welcome. Let's see. Pretty late. Yeah, everything's going good. It seems like everybody's in rare form again.
And I've got it with me. I just haven't pulled it out.
No,
Gwen.
Gwen's asking what you're working on.
Yep.
So show it off. What are you working on?
It's just the starting of another blanket. Literally, that's all that's done.
All right, Judy, come on. You're being so vague here. What breed or breeds are you getting? You know, they're 20 chicks. Come on. We won't get ours till March, April. So
April, usually
somewhere in there. So come on, we got to live vicariously through all you people who can get them in January.
Yep.
How to keep them the cleanest and less smelly. You know what? Watch our video way back on. We keep them. I mean, right here.
Yeah.
Right through that door.
Yep. Where the tree is.
The tree goes out, and we put a cattle trough in there, like we've got out in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Couple inches of pine
shavings.
2 waterers, 2 troughs for food.
Yeah.
They don't smell.
No, I mean, we get a little bit of dust from the pine shavings, but nothing.
The girls learn to dust bathe real early, and we keep them in here for a few weeks because at some point they want to jump up on the top. But they flap their wings around. You know, I come walking in the room, "Hi, girls," and it scares them, and they're fun. Well, there's a little bit of dust that gets around, but it's in my office, so if I had a door,
it'd be
bad.
Fine. It's not really visible.
Yeah, a heat lamp, 2 waterers to that, couple inches of pine shavings.
Yep.
And we do pick up the little itty bitty poops all the time to keep it clean, so it's not smelly.
But the pine shavings do great.
Yeah, I love having those chicks here. It's so fun to. I was redoing a video today that I put out last year, and it was kind of the beginner chicks video. And so I was listening to them while I'm talking on the video. Cheep, cheep, that little chicken, chick, cheep.
Happy little.
God, it's so fun. I love that. So,
the one year we didn't put a trough in there, they were jumping out left and right.
Yeah, I had a box, and it was about 15 inches tall, and it held them in there when they were a couple days. Then all of a sudden they jumped on, and they were getting out, running around. We're done. So we brought them outside. I mean, they didn't last a week, maybe.
No.
It was
waking up in the middle of the night to the.
Yeah, you hear a cheep, and it's like, okay, where is that chicken? Turn on all the lights because you got to walk. You don't want to step on one. Oh, it was.
Yep. We had to put a gate out.
Get something deep. A chicken trough or a cattle trough, 8-foot cattle trough.
Works great.
Works incredible. And we just bring it, you tip it on its side, it goes right through a doorway, set it down. It's easy to clean. I mean, it doesn't get dirty. It really doesn't because all the pine shavings, you just tip those and take the shavings out and you're done. Yeah. Well, here we go. Hey, Ryan, I don't think I saw you come in, but welcome. Buddy and I are going to our first fall year with 25 chickens. There you go. Heating up. You know what? Our girls are still sitting at about what we get today, 45 eggs. So still going good. And I got another request. Hey, can you add me to your route? Can you?
Yep. Wow.
Eggs are a hot commodity. So 25 chickens, that's good. You're going to have a lot of eggs here. Well, your first full year. So you've had eggs now. But now you're going to, with spring, they're going to be into full on free ranging maybe, or full production mode. That's fun when you go out and we go out several times a day just to make sure, that we're getting eggs and they don't get dirty and all that. So it's a fun time. Judy, odor or absorbing gravel. You know what? We've never used that. It's never been.
And I leave And I go into work during the day, and even when I come home, I don't smell the chickens with the baby chicks when they're in here. So
I can't.
it's not until they start getting really older
That
but
there's a
then
chance.
at that point they're outside. We've got them outside by then.
You get smell when you get out of balance, and you're trying to balance the carbon, which is in your pine shavings, along with the nitrogen, which is in their droppings. And when you get too much of the droppings, then you can get smell. I'm not gonna say you're gonna, but you can get smell. Well, with a couple inches of shavings, and I think you said 20 or 25 chickens,
You're not.
those little droppings, we pull them out. They're so darn tiny, those little droppings. I'll go in and just pull some, pull 10, 20 here and put them in a bucket and then bring them out to the compost pile. But it's going to take a while before you get enough
Those
droppings to get things out of whack. I wouldn't spend the personal opinion. I wouldn't spend the money on gravel and all that odor absorbing. We've done them in here 3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Never had, and we've had 40
Yeah.
in there. So do you harvest those chickens that get old? You know what? We were going to do that because we have gotten ones that are dual purpose. There's not a lot of meat on them.
No.
There really isn't.
No, and they're still only a couple years old.
Yep.
1 to 2 years old when.
They're still laying.
Yep, they're
And
still laying.
They're productive. They're not giving us 5 or 6 eggs a week like we want for production.
Yep.
But they're still probably popping out 3.5 eggs a week, maybe 4.
So people.
They're slowly declining. People want backyard chickens.
Yep. For their backyards, or somebody may have lost 1 or 2 to a raccoon and they're looking to replenish their flock.
Yep.
So we found a lot of people like that just wanted to add 1 or 2 or replacing a couple to their backyard.
And we just sold them. We put them on Craigslist and said, here's what we're looking for. We want this type of house. If you're going to take care of them, we take care of our girls. They're in a great environment. It's clean. It's protected. They're well fed. They're well watered. They're loved. Not that they're pets, but we want someone like that who's going to take them over. And we got some great owners. People send us pictures, and they're loved. So we just went $15 a pop to get them to a good home, because if we butchered them for meat, there's not a lot of meat on them anyways.
They would have been stock chickens.
They're egg layers. So for us to cull that much of a flock, and Judy, you're getting Buff Orpingtons. We got rid of all of our Buff Orpingtons but one. They got so broody. They're beautiful birds.
Yes.
Oh, gorgeous.
And sweet as can be.
Majestic, big, but they want to ours did. They want to sit in the nest and be broody constantly, except for one. So we sold 9 and kept 1. And when we went to Puerto Rico last fall, something took Lena.
Yeah.
Oh, she was one of our favorites. Just got totally attached to her, and she was the sweetest little thing. And some people do just let them pass. We can only carry so many birds out in the barn.
Space,
and so to keep some that are just not producing, we wanted to make sure that they got to someplace where they could still produce and have a long life
and have a good life.
Yep. And it wouldn't be a drag on production. And it sounds bad, but we're into production. We've got a lot of people who love our eggs, and I wanted to get them to a good home. So, and not kill them because they're 2 years old and they're slowing down. That just didn't seem right. No. So keep the hawks. Yep. Ours free range. We've got 3 acres, and then there's fields on the side. They cross the road. Darn those girls. They're everywhere. So ours are true free rangers. So until we could put a tennis dome over the top of the farm.
We've talked about trying to put in a fence around the yard.
Yeah. It's must be cozy. Yeah, there you go. She's off on the next one now. So all the projects that you've seen on our lives in the past were given away for Christmas.
Yep.
And everybody, even my daughter, was here for Christmas, and soon as she got it, she's all wrapped in it and loving it up. So
Yep.
6 foot round, 15-inch high kiddie pool. Great idea. You know what? Just at some point, that 15 inches seems pretty high right now. They'll be out of that.
Yeah.
So
They'll look at the top lip and be like, how can I get up there?
Yep. And then they'll jump over, and then they'll be like, well, how do I get back in? How do I get back
Yep.
in? And then you'll hear them doing
panic cheep.
the panic. Cheep, cheep, cheep. So, yeah, that should work.
Yeah.
Just to know that they're going to be out of there or up on the top of it a week.
Yeah.
A week or so, they'll be up on top of that. So just be ready to, especially if you got pets. That's one thing when you've got chicks inside. If you've got other animals, make sure that you're ready, because like 15 inches isn't much. They'll be up on that in no time and over the edge, thinking they want to explore. But if there's other animals there, that could present some issues. So something to watch. Yeah, Gwen, I do like your setup where you've got a top on there. Ours never, you know what, they're about, occasionally they'll get up top, I guess.
Not that I remember.
When they're about 3 weeks old, they will get up to the top of that. And that's when we start saying, time to bring them outside. And we transition them into the barn, into the
We have
coop.
a small coop inside there that's closed off from the big girls.
Yep. There's actually a door that goes on there. Most of the year the door is off, but when we put chicks in there, then we put them out there.
Yeah.
Then they're out there. They're outside. They're acclimating. They still got the heat lamp, but they're
They
acclimating.
get a little more space to run around in. They've got a couple of little roosts out there they can start trying to climb
They
onto.
can go face to face with the big girls and see the big girls without being pecked on.
Yeah.
So for us, it's a great transitional spot. Then when they're even a little bit bigger,
and
we'll
it
move
starts
them.
getting warmer out too. Then we
Move them to the
the
little girl coop, we call it, outside. So
Yep.
How long before they start laying eggs? You know what, Gary? It depends on the breed, and I'm going to say anywhere from 16 weeks to 24 weeks, depending. The stuff like the Judy got the Buff Orpingtons. Buff Orpingtons are going to wait till 20 to 24 weeks. They're late. They're bigger birds, so it takes them a while to kind of get everything going. They're big, majestic, beautiful birds. Some of the smaller egg layers, the Barred Plymouth Rock. What was it? One that we had this year, was it a black sex link?
Oh yeah.
We had a new farm record here. 15 weeks, a little over 15 weeks. I think it was 15 weeks, 3 days. And we had our first egg, I think, out of the black sex link. But usually 16 to 18 weeks, a lot of them start laying.
Was it that, or was it the Sapphire Splash?
Well, it's hard to tell. Gary, you can definitely tell, the comb and wattle gets big. It gets bright red instead of that kind of lighter pinky.
Juvenile looking.
Yeah. They get the big comb and wattle. If you go to get by them, they'll bow down to you. They're showing submission. They're wanting to be mounted by the rooster. And they're also just bigger, and you can see their back end gets a little more square, so that they're getting ready to lay an egg. They eat more.
Yeah.
There's some pretty telltale things. You'll notice that they really look different and act different around you when it comes time to lay. So, and I've got a video on that. Shameless plug. I tried to go through all the things that people ask, because that's one of the number one questions. When are my girls going to lay? There's a lot of questions people have, but that's one of the number one things. So check that out. When are my girls going to lay? Judy, that was one thing that was on my video, spending a lot of time with them, so they know you're the alpha, you're okay and safe. You're the one to go to if there's an issue, because they will run to you early on when they're outside if something happens. So that's just I'm so glad you're doing that. Holly's great at that. I kind of go by, hey girls, how you doing? And, change the water and the food and all that. Holly spends a lot of time on her hands and knees. They imprint on Holly quite a bit. Then later on, I'm the one, here day to day.
I've even taken to, when we've got them out in their own little coop, I'll go in and and let them start crawling all over me and get to know them.
Yep. The more you can pick them up, handle them, let them get used to your voice. Holly's reading a really good book, and it was talking about chicken language and all that, and that they've got different sounds for different people. And I'm trying to really listen, because they do make sounds when I go in there. They've got a series of sounds, and it's what I hear all the time. And then I'm trying to like wait for Holly to go in, and I'm just going to hang around the corner and listen if there's different sounds. They definitely know who I am, what I am, that I represent safety, that I represent food. It is really interesting how that all develops, and it develops quick. Where you come in and, we've got them out in the little girl coop, and as soon as they see me walk out the door in the morning, they are right up to the door. They want to come up to me and say hi and get out. It's fun. Obviously, you can tell I'm excited by that. Dawn, Dawn. I don't know how far I'm behind in the comments. Sorry if this is a while back, but cattle panels for a roof. Yeah, keep the hawks and eagles and stuff off there. Yeah, luxury item. There's a lot of almost bad press about eggs, and they're diatomaceous earth. Yep, you can put that in with the wood shavings. We have it. Just make sure if you're getting diatomaceous earth. I think there's an M in there. I don't know. It's one of the weirdest words to spell. If you go to look for it, make sure it's food grade diatomaceous earth. There's also another kind, but get the food grade, because that's the thing to get. So I plan to be a poop scooper. Well, there's plenty of poop. Chickens poop. That's rule number one. Chicken math. Yep. Let's see. Yep, weasels and such. Just know that chicken wire is to keep chickens out of something. It's not to keep predators out. Chicken wire does not prevent predators in any way, shape, or form. They'll go through that in a heartbeat. So if you're going to make an enclosure for your animal, for your chickens, I always say that half-inch or what do we use, 1 inch? Half-inch metal fabric. That is awesome, and they will not go through it. We've got all our enclosures. I'm knock on wood. Yeah. I think our coops are bulletproof, and so far we've been very lucky. Nothing's happened. Hi, Annette, and/or Glenn. Hope you're doing good. Annette, we made a shameless plug to go check your channel, trying to get you to 1,000. What's the most current number? We got a drum roll, please. Give us a number where you're sitting. How close are you to 1,000? I know I got you 3 this weekend, and a few others here tonight, I think, joined. So give us a number so we know where we're at, so we can tell our friends, neighbors, and relatives. Let's see. Yeah, you got diggers. Yep, you got to put it around the outside of your coop so things can't dig under. We actually did the outside coop. We put it up on blocks. So the metal fabric and the block. If someone wants to dig in there, I think I will sleep an entire night and be out there to discover it before they get under there. That's a heck of a lot of digging.
Plus, we've got a very hard clay soil.
Yep. Gary, a good breed for Canada. If you want eggs, we haven't talked about this, so we're going to do this live here right now. But I think we need to get some more barred Plymouth Rock. Barred Plymouth Rock, cold resistant, fun birds.
Yep.
Mellow demeanor, no attitude, lap chickens. If you want them to come over and jump up, I get ones that come every time I change out the thing. They're nipping at my pants. Hey, Rich, I want you to bend down.
They want attention. They do love being with the people. 5 or 6 eggs a week. Yep.
And they are great layers, consistent layers.
Yep.
I think that's what I'm going to push for, but we'll see.
No, yeah, I think so.
What's our other ones that just lay nonstop?
Oh, the Isa Browns?
Isa Browns. That would be my run-up, and I think there might be a video coming out on this, but...
Well, and we've been really happy with the Black Stars.
Black Stars or Black Sex Link.
All of the chickens that we get are for cold climates because our winters do get.
Gary, if you see our
Cold.
videos, you will notice a lot of fluffy butts chickens.
Yeah.
We don't have any skinny down, little ones. Ours are big, fluffy butts that can handle a Minnesota winter. I think they would handle yours too. Dawn's got some expertise on we've got a little bit of crossover on a couple of breeds, but she's got some breeds that we don't have or never have. So
But yeah, so far we've been really happy with the girls we've gotten.
Oh, I've loved them. It's been we've had so much, good experience. $12.50 a dozen. We're still selling ours at $5. If food continues to go up, I'm considering $6, but we need to. I did look, and when I went to the grocery store just to grab a couple things when I was out on my route the other day, and it was $5.83 a dozen for medium eggs. I kind of opened up the medium. I'm embarrassed when I put a medium egg in ours. I really am. I think that's just large. It's too small. Ours are usually large through jumbo.
Yeah,
kind of is what I put in there. The ones that are smaller, which I guess technically are medium, we end up with those. So our customers are getting a good deal for $5. But I saw the dozen of meat $5.83 for medium eggs. I would be embarrassed to bring that to someone's house. It was just so small.
Yep. And that's the other nice thing too with the barred rock is they do say that they are large egg layers.
Yeah.
But they do tend to, at least the ones we've had, kind of lean more towards the extra large.
Extra large, yeah, I would say. They're very nice eggs. They're great layers. They're, I'm out there all the time, and we've got our nesting boxes. And when I'm out there, I'm making the rounds. I'm reaching under. Hey, you got anything for me? And I'll fill my these darn bugs. I'll fill the bucket. They just stand up. Let me grab any eggs under, sit back down, and then they lay their eggs. So
yeah.
You got more pugs coming, Jennifer. We got to hear about that. I'm sure it'll be in a video. Got to hear about that. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if Gary, if you're looking to sell them or just looking to have some for you and Betty, but there's nothing better than fresh eggs. Nothing better. And the compost they're going to give you, right on.
Yeah.
You got a lot of okay, Judy. I didn't catch where you were, what state or anything. We've got fox. We've only had one fox, so we know. We've got coyotes. They're mostly at night when the girls are locked up.
Eagles, hawks.
Yeah, we have been very lucky having minimal losses, letting them truly free range the entire property and beyond. And then 2 to a car. Knucklehead. That still ticks me off. This guy was just motoring down the road and just blew through 2 of them right when I was outside, and it just ticked me off. So sorry about that. Hey, Barb's here. How are you, Barb? Good to have you. 2 flocks. Let's see. We'll take go to the forest for hours. You know what? Because that's where the food is.
They're eating bugs and ticks and all sorts of good stuff they're finding back there, I'm sure.
I'll tell you that our eggs take on a whole different shade of orange in the summer when they're out. There's a time from, I think, late June into late August where the crickets are out by it seems like the millions.
We get crickets and June bugs and grasshoppers.
And the girls are protein fed to the nth degree. Yeah, Mr. Rock. And then you got your whole flock of roosters that, let's see. Snakes. We're lucky. We were talking about that the other day. We've got garter snakes, and that's it. We don't have to contend with all that. There you go. 13, Barb, I'm sorry if I'm way behind in the comments here. You got 13 eggs. I'm trying to remember how many girls you've got. That's a great number for the number of girls that you've got. So there make a bigger run. Yeah, we're looking at
Yeah.
how do we add some more stuff onto ours, or how do we
Yeah.
get
How do we
room
extend
for more?
our, yeah.
Let's see, if you're directly supervising, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would heavy ground and air predator pressure. I'm sorry. That's Pam. Oh, Pam's new in here. Welcome. And
Yeah.
and Sandy's in here. Hi. Sorry to miss you guys if you jumped in early. Yeah, if you're out there, there's nothing better than letting them free range and run around. If you can keep an eye on them, we've got 60, so they go in every direction imaginable, and keeping an
Yeah.
eye on them is tough.
Yeah. Okay, out of 19.
19,
That's awesome.
13 out of 19. That's great. We're getting, 45 out of 60. I
Mhm.
noticed a couple smaller eggs, so I'm thinking that our girls that were molting are coming. We had a couple that were molting. I think they're coming out
Yeah.
of molt.
Yeah, they were in the hard molt. They were sad-looking little girls for a while.
Yeah. So you only have 8 illegals. I'm taking that to be roosters. Or if they want to be petted.
Yeah.
Well, they do want to, Don. They do want a rooster. I mean, that's why they're showing submission, but they're showing submission to you because you're the alpha, taking the role of the rooster. So
Yep.
Ours, you rub their back and all that, their tail goes right up. They want a rooster. But hey, if you rub them and that stimulates them to go lay an egg, go at it, girls. I'll rub you all day. So it's just great. The girls want to be handled, rubbed. That's great.
Yeah.
Instead of having them all be scared of us. So that, for me, that tells me that we've done something right. So it's been years since you raised chickens. You know what?
Yeah.
If you've done it, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, it'll be like riding a bike.
You're gonna be fine. Keep everything clean. That's my only. I don't know. That's my biggest thing. Just everybody keep stuff clean. The predators you can kind of figure out and all that.
Yeah.
3 feet down and out. Yeah, you're all over it. So if anything wants to get through that, good luck. You've done it. You've done it all right. All right, I'm going to try to read quick here because I think I'm way behind. Half inch. Oh my gosh. $9.92 for the Cow Emporium. Okay, gang. Spread the word. We got 8 more to go tonight. Come on. 8 more to go.
Yeah.
Spread the word. If you have not checked out the Cow Emporium, Annette and Glenn, check it out. And watch a couple videos. Check out the horizon they've got. Unreal.
Yeah, we got everybody asking what our goals are now.
Oh, am I that far behind?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry, gang. There you go. Fluffy butts.
Fuzzy butts.
Fuzzy butts matter. I love it.
Mhm.
I've got a whole bunch of here. I'll talk goals. You stop knitting for a second. You scroll down and see what needs to be clicked.
Okay.
I don't know why I do that. I talk all the time. I'm waving my hands around.
Yeah.
I've got a few goals. And some of it, I started a few weeks ago, trying to figure out, I'd like to add pigs. I'd like to add turkeys, but they need to be enclosed. I can't keep the turkeys with the chickens, or the turkeys will just, I've heard, go to town on the chickens. I want to keep my chickens happy. So the turkeys are going to be outside in their own big run. The pigs would be in their run too. So I had to figure cattle panels, posts, to enclose them, all sorts of stuff. The more I've thought about it, it's like, you know what? That's a goal for 2024, but I'm going to do construction this year, hopefully. So that's kind of jumped to the back. But the orchard, early spring, I want to continue cleaning out the garbage out there. I've got to cut down trees.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be out cutting trees. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay.
We're good.
I wanted to be out cutting trees all winter, but we've literally got 3 feet of snow, and to be working in 3 feet of snow with a chainsaw just doesn't fire me up.
No. You'd have to clear away the snow in order to find the base of the tree to.
Yeah, or cut it up a few feet,
Yeah.
let it fall, and then handle that in the spring. And I'm willing to do that, but just tromping through 3 feet of snow.
Trying to clean up your fallen tree in 3 feet of snow is not fun.
Yeah, there you go. So, I don't know. I might get out and try to knock down some trees and then just let them fall where they fall, and in the spring go and cut them into chunks.
Yeah.
But this winter has really put me behind on cutting the trees, which would lead to an area for the pigs and turkeys. And then, so cutting trees in the spring and then prepping the garden. I want to really prep the garden. There's another whole area where we had the watermelon last year that I want to put down garden fabric and get some more raised beds there and try to build a structure to keep the cabbage butterflies out. So
yeah,
that's another thing I'm working on. I'm trying to wrap my head around how to do that to handle the wind that we get. We get such wind here that to put something cheap, it's going to be gone, and I'm going to be doing it again. So I'm going to do it once right. Let me get rid of, there we go. So after the early spring, I want to get the orchard. We've got the money set aside. We're ready. We just got to get the holes dug and bring in like 6 trees, 4 apple trees, 2 pear trees, maybe a cherry tree and some others, see what the price is. Peach tree or some stuff that's native to Minnesota, but trying to still research. They need to cross-pollinate. So trying to do it right. I want to expand our CSA. We've had 2 families for a couple of years. I want to try to go to 4 families, but trying to feed 4 families and us is a challenge. Hit that hashtag. There you go. Yes, they do. I hate cabbage butterflies. So to do for more people, I need to expand the garden, and I need to have more diversity. We need to have lettuces. We need to have more. I don't know how many things we had. We had probably 20 different vegetables that people got last year.
Yeah, but we had variations on some of the same, like 4 different cherry tomatoes. We had like 3 different summer squashes.
Yeah, I was considering the cherries all one thing, but cherry tomatoes, 2 kinds of beans, peas,
radishes,
all sorts of stuff. You guys saw it in our videos, what we were doing. Cabbage tunnel. I'm just trying to think of how to make that so it really withstands the wind that we get. And maybe Annette, you and Glenn have some ideas, because we're up on the top of a hill. We're the highest spot for 6 miles. We really get some spring wind. So that's a tough. So trying to add some diversity for our CSA. And that would also, if I can get some more early season stuff, that would extend it out. So we're able to give off more vegetable and so throw a little more money back into the garden. I've got to work on some process issues that I've got. We've got a real issue with watering, and I haven't figured out. We're in Minnesota, to put down all sorts of hoses or hard plastic, rigid plastic that I can't just take up. It's going to freeze in the winter and it's going to break and crack. So I can't have that. And to have, 18 miles of soaker hoses out there, I'm trying to figure out the right way to water so we're not hand watering every night.
Because last year
it's a great thing to do with your spouse, but wouldn't I like to be doing something more exciting than watering? But
2 hours of watering every night.
And maybe we will get rain this summer, so we won't have to. And also another process issue, just processing the weeds more. That garden fabric looks good. People give me compliments. Thank you. I think we're doing really, you know what, Jennifer, straw will retain the water. You know what? Think of putting straw on a garden the size of a football field. That's what I'm up against. So trying to
Well, and I think one of the biggest things too is that with the garden fabric, I think that did help retain some.
And that's why the peppers, I think, exploded. It kept
Yes.
a barrier on the water. We were
Yeah.
watering consistently,
Mhm.
but I need to work through the water and the weeds. There's a couple other things. We talked about replacing some of the older gals of the chickens. Some things kind of personal. We lost electricity last year when the chicks were a little over a month old, and that could be really dangerous. It was actually a fairly warm night. They were in the barn, so I immediately shut the barn to retain any heat, and they did fine. They huddled together. They were in a big ball, but I didn't have any emergency. I found my emergency generator was totally worthless. It had a leak in the gas line, the whole thing. So I need to work on something like that. Otherwise, I ran out, and all our chicks, to provide them lighting so they kind of kept calm, I brought out glow sticks from my first aid kit. I don't want to pack a bunch of glow sticks. We need to have some things there. So I need to buff up our first aid kit, and I need to, for an emergency, keep adding to that, and a generator. So some things there. I put for summer, got to get the pines in. We need a wind block. We do get a lot of wind from the north and the west, and I need to extend that to have 2 layers of pine to really kind of block us off, and then start setting ourselves up for 2024 with the pigs and the turkeys. So, and then other goals, like I talked about, more produce and expanding that. I do want to expand the garden. I've got a lot of area that I mow, and the lawn looks nice, but it's not like I'm out playing in the lawn. So why don't I expand the garden and do that? So I'd like to get to the point where this summer we can pull in 4,000 pounds of produce. Last year with pumpkins, we did 3,200. I think we could do 4,000. And then I'd like to make more products. Holly made just an incredible hot sauce, and it was habanero
And our yellow pear.
tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes, yeah.
Unreal. Sweet, and then ends with heat. It was really good. We made sauerkraut that was off the charts. So I'd like to have more cabbage to make that. I'd like to make kimchi.
Yeah.
We've never done that.
Need to grow the Napa cabbage for that.
Yep. And we made jalapeno relish that is fantastic.
Jalapeno pickle relish.
Jalapeno pickle relish. So I think that'd be to do a lot of that, where we can include that in our CSA. We could maybe go to a farmer's market with some of this, and it's all from our garden. It was fantastic. Anybody that tried it, I'm a hot dog guy, and we put that. You could barely see the hot dog in there for how much relish I was putting on there.
And no, the hot sauce was not a fermented one. It was a cooked down version that I actually found in the bulk canning book.
It's awesome. With the yellow, I didn't like the yellow tomatoes. They're more salad tomatoes.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have a purpose. We planted too many. Would I plant another plant? Yes. But I'd use it for this hot sauce. It was fantastic.
It doesn't cover the heat, but it gives it a nice
sweetness
base and a sweetness. Yeah.
Yep. And I want to be able to put away more food for us. So we're going to have a good test here in February with the $50 February. That I'm looking forward to that, and just seeing how that all shakes out. We had a meal tonight that was entirely ours. Chicken with pea pods, carrots,
peppers.
What else was in there? Was that it?
That was
it. Was like a stir fry.
Yeah,
but it was all from us.
Yep.
It was all from chickens that we had raised with Matt and Sarah, and then produce from the garden. So it'll be fun. Oh, there you go. Yeah, your son. Oh, you know what? I thought your son, because I know your son's over in Japan. My son is back from Korea. Thank God. So everything's good there. I don't think John's going to be cooking kimchi. He loved eating it. Boy, the food he was eating over there. Oh my. Yeah. Yes, Judy, we did a video on making sauerkraut. It's fermented.
Yeah, we actually did 2 versions. We haven't tried the second version yet.
The cooked.
Canned
kraut.
but we did the fermented one, which we're still
So good.
enjoying, and it was very good.
It
turned
is
out,
so good.
yeah.
Oh, but I want to have a bunch of it because we got 2 big jars of it, and
Mhm.
we're
Halfway through the last one.
we're just about. I can see the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like seeing the end of that. It is so good. And it was just, you never know how that's going to turn out. And every time you do it, it's different. It's got the right funk to it, the right sour.
Mm-hmm.
It's right on. So I want to do some more of those products so we can either share them with friends or farmers market type thing, sell them. If we could make a lot.
Yeah.
It was really just make more. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
We're
What?
Oh, the net barbs.
Whoops.
Yep. So we're getting into the season for that.
For sure. Oh my.
Yeah.
We've and I don't know, we've added a whole layer to the homestead. Holly's making bread now. Sourdough. And well, tell all the things you're making.
Okay, so as along with every week I've been making a loaf of sourdough, which usually lasts us the week. I've made pancake mixes out of the sourdough discard. I've done pizza crusts, which are nice because you can cook those up and put them in the freezer for use when you make your own pizzas.
Yeah.
And
pizza crusts have been phenomenal.
Yep. And then English muffins, sourdough English muffins. So those are just a few things, and I keep looking to see what else I can try and make.
If I can remember at night to add the do the discard and all that, then we're still on track. It adds a whole nother layer to the homestead and kind of being more self-sufficient and get a big sack of flour that lasts quite a while.
Yeah.
And it's just light, fluffy, airy. And I know many of you do sourdough, but man, this has been a new one for me.
Yeah.
I forget one of the lives they were talking about sourdough, if it was Lisa's or but it doesn't have that tart San Francisco. But there's so many different variables that go into how tart it is. So it's really good. Whoa, wait. What?
What don't you like about pizza?
Oh,
you'll have to explain that.
Judy, I think you're like the second person. I just, I don't know. I don't know if you can be on our live again. Pizza. I thought that was like ingrained, and it was like one of the strands of our DNA or something.
Yeah.
It's just, I love it. The so many different ways you can make it. Everybody's got their own little flavor or set of ingredients, and all the stuff we can pop out of the garden, add to it. And now Holly's making the crust. Oh my, it's just so good.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's like you got to go talk to the Uncle Vinny from Sicily, and he kind of, slaps you on the cheek and gives you the warning.
All right, off to bed. Have a good night. Yeah.
Jennifer, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Oh, good. Okay. Take care. Let's see. Everybody's saying good night. Farm Fresh USA. Welcome.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the first time you've joined us. I don't remember the name. So throw a name down. We'd love to. So I don't say, hey, Farm Fresh next week. Farm Fresh USA. Welcome. Oh wow. Now we're finding everybody. There's like a percentage of the population that doesn't like pizza. What's going on here? Oh my. Let's see. Yeah. So I just wonder what, I don't know if people, I try to write down the goals, and last year I did a video on it and just showed how, Alicia. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you've been watching Yogi Hollow. Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming over from Lisa's channel. Lisa's great. Lisa and her pig.
Yeah.
Norman. I love that. I'm just trying to picture her walking through town with a pig on a leash. That just absolutely blows me away. And I'm sure people, she said people were yelling out their car door. I would too. It's like, wait, I'd squeal the brakes and stop over and pet the thing. That's so funny.
Well, I'm sure Norman's enjoying all the attention too.
Well, I think Norman's also stepping back a little bit, going, okay, people are coming at me pretty hard. But yeah, thanks for coming over, Alicia. No, last year that's what just really showed me how much I kind of wave my arms around. I get excited and I take on more than I can chew. And so this year I'm really trying to temper what I set for goals. I want them to be attainable because I know something's going to come up this spring, weather-wise, or
there's always going to be a twist in them.
Oh, we're under 3 feet of snow. Something's going on underneath there. Are there? We're going to go out in the spring and we're going to find that there was 150 mice that were reproducing and they ate all the garden fabric, or God forbid, I would cry if that happened. Okay, Alicia from Cleveland. Okay, therapy cats. Yeah, she's got that's what Norman's going to be, is a therapy pig, and that's wild. I think I'd love to do that with chickens.
Yeah,
my mom's in a assisted living, and those people, especially during COVID, we would tell my mom about what the chickens were doing, and she would share it with the group, and everybody was asking questions about the chickens. If I could have brought in 3 or 4 chickens that were somewhat trained
and diapered,
that place would have gone nuts. Good evening, or good night,
Pam.
Pam.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, they would have loved to have a pig come in, I bet. And a lot of those people that my mom talks to at her building are former gardeners, former people who had animals. And so to bring in a chicken and or a pig, they would love it. They would absolutely love it. But and just my mom, have her out here on the farm, have her out for dinner or something, and she, just loves the chicks, and the chickens want to jump up in her lap. We always say, Mom, when you're coming out, put on an old pair of pants, because the girls are going to jump up and they're going to have stepped in something, so it's going to be on your knees. So got to give her the rules. No, it'd be so. I'd love to. That's. Yeah, it's fun to hear their stories. When I've gone in and grabbed my mom for dinner or something, I've gone early, and people are, well, who are you? I'm here to pick up, and tell my mom, and oh, you're her son, and you're the one with the chickens. Yeah. So then instantly, everybody, I'd like to just film. So I'd like to figure out how to get their big screen TV to hook into YouTube so that I could just film some chicken therapy, like 10 minutes of just the girls running around in the barn. They would love that, especially get the camera down low at their angle and show what they're doing. And, here's our chickens, here's the feeder, here's where they lay their eggs, here's what we do, and kind of walk them through a day with the chickens. And it would be fun, but I would love to bring in, here you go, some protective stuff under them. Yeah, put a blanket or something on their lap, and then have a chicken. If we could bring some chickens in to jump up on their laps, those folks would love it. Talk about stimulus for some of those people to get them fired up. I would love to do that. So I think what Lisa's doing is incredible. She's gonna have so many people excited to have that darn little pig running around. So cute, and now teaching some stuff. I want to see how it does with if you guys haven't checked out Lisa's channel, Yogi Hollow Farm, check it out. She's got such a great story, such a great homestead, fun animals, great stories kind of going on.
her caged turkeys, her tame turkeys that she's
Oh.
got are getting visited by the wild turkeys. And
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've wondered if we got turkeys out here, if they would be making enough noise, especially in the spring, where the males would hear them and start coming over. So who knows? But yeah, Lisa, check out Lisa's channel if you haven't. So I don't know, maybe that's one thing to do is do a couple of videos and then maybe bring in one chicken or something in a cage and do a little talk to them. They always have speakers come in, and it might be fun to talk about chickens and what they do and how we raise them. And I don't know. I've always wanted to bring in a dozen eggs and have my mom bring her friends over and just start cooking up some eggs for breakfast. Because my mom loves coming out here for fresh eggs.
Yes.
Where I'll literally go out, grab a couple eggs,
Yep.
bring them in and say, Mom, sorry, this is 5 minutes old, and crack it and start cooking it. She lights up.
Yeah.
So
She just, oh, this is so good.
she loves it. Yeah. And we'll make, have her out for dinner and have burgers or something. So I can put a fried egg on there if you want. Said, oh, no. To mention it. I need to check into that. And that's just such a great idea. I've thought of it. I just need to do it because it would be fun to just have 10 minutes of chickens and just talk about maybe with them what we do and maybe bring one in. Find one the white one that got pooped on. That's really good with people.
Yeah. Jace just joined us.
Jace, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I didn't know you worked with folks that have dementia. Good for you, Annette. That's got to be rewarding and challenging at the same time. My mom's got one of the wings off her assisted living. There's different wings, and one is for people who have dementia or Alzheimer's. That's a tough wing when they get there. So,
Memory loss.
Memory care. That's what it is. The memory care wing. It's that's awesome. Jace, how you doing? Hopefully you're staying warm. Anne's in here. Anne, I'm sorry. Anne also has a live on Sunday nights. And check her channel. She's got a live. It's earlier than ours. And of course it started at like 5:00 Central. And I got in at like 4 minutes to 6. I was totally late. Jumped in just to say hi as Anne's saying goodbye. So if you guys are looking for another live on Sunday night, Little Frenchie in Big Texas, Anne's got a great live that I caught 4 minutes of tonight. So, it's funny. Yeah, Judy, that's what I want to do this year with if we get the not Buff Orpington.
We get the chicks, the rocks.
The Plymouth Rocks. I do want to film their life cycle, not life cycle, but from all the way from chick to laying to full maturity, and just watch them because they change so much each week, and it's fun just to film them and their characteristics. I try to do it each week and then do it each month. I've done that, but I want to take one breed and do one video the whole way through. That's just such a great idea. Yeah. And I think of it in July when I should have started in April. So let's see. Okay. Good for you.
Yeah.
Both are rewarding, I can imagine. So rewarding and challenging. Here we go. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, high 90s. There you go. Well, Jace, we were happy that it got up to 37 today. So
heat wave.
Yeah. So I don't know what that is. 2 Celsius for you, but let's see. Yeah, Barb, we need to have like a chicken panel, and with spring coming, do our favorite chickens and why. Barb, I'm gonna peg you for one because you've got different ones. I know Dawn's got different breeds. We've got some chicken owners with different CB Hugo Homestead. Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, Moran. I've been Alicia, I've been interested in them too. I'm curious
the eggs look, what is that?
Well,
Chocolate?
there's the dark ones that lay almost like chocolate colored eggs, but I think that there's others that lay different colors. But they're also another cold hardy.
Okay. Well, we've got one breed that does lay
Mhm.
almost chocolate eggs.
Yeah,
I
some
lean
nice
towards that being the
black stars.
Black Stars, I think, but I
Yeah.
need to do that. So chickens and rabbits. Yep. I've thought about rabbits. I'm trying to wrap my head around where to put them.
Mm-hmm.
The barn could be good for the winter because it does stay warm enough in there and there's not a breeze. In the summer, it can be hot, and that's not the place for them.
No.
I think they almost need their own enclosure, and I don't know where to put that right now. So, a good little challenge to come up with where do all the animals go? That's you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Barb's got.
My favorite eggs are different from my favorite chickens, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some beautiful eggs. And it's funny now, we really have distinct eggs. There's one girl that lays and it's almost got like a seam all the way around it. There's one girl that it looks dirty on the end. Every day it's the same. These girls lay the same looking egg. And I need to just kind of film everybody and know, okay, that's you. That's you.
Yeah.
Two Isa Browns. They're awesome.
Yep.
Great layers. And we've had them, it'll be coming up on a year. So they lay for 2 years and then, I don't know, but they're great layers. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Marins lay darker eggs. Yep. Yeah. Was it, I want to say chocolate Marin? That's not right.
No.
What's
I can't remember.
There's a couple.
Yeah, not last summer, but the summer before.
Copper Marins.
Black copper, yeah.
Yep.
We had gotten a chick that they said was a barred rock. Was not a barred rock.
It was a black sex link.
And we were trying to figure out what she was, and some of the coloring and stuff made me think she might have been Copper Marin. Yeah,
that was our mystery girl, and then she's grown up. She's such a fun, mellow lady. She might be pretty low on the totem pole. She gets picked on every now and then. I got to separate some things, but what a beautiful gal. You know what, Annette? I don't know what kind of turkeys. I'm trying to wrap my head around the enclosure. I think it's going to be 48 feet by like 15 feet. But it's got to have a top on it because we've got above predators and at night raccoons and stuff. So I got to kind of build this cage. So I'm trying to price out everything. I've got the pig area that was going to be like 32 feet by 48. And I think I can get all the materials really put in a sturdy pen for them for like $700. So I don't mind putting a little money into it. I want to build it once and be done with it. But turkeys, I got to figure out how to build this. It's got to be something I can walk in. I'm not going to crouch down. It's going to be at least 6 some feet tall, and I want to make it big enough where I can put a bunch of turkeys in there and not have them beat each other up. So seen them in cages. Yeah, pasture raised. I don't know if I don't think I want to buy rabbits and have them for a season and then butcher them all. I'd like to keep them continual if we get them.
Yeah.
And to do that,
I would think if they're pasture raised too, wouldn't they dig holes?
I don't know. That's something where, they're out on the grass and you move them so often that I don't think they dig that much. But obviously I can't do that in the winter. So I need to kind of they need to have a home base. But yes, I'd love to have a big cage that moves about so they can eat fresh grass every day, have a bunch of females together, and then when they need to be with the male to get the next group going, do that. So I'm learning. Yeah. I'm learning. Just say old McDonald. Thanks, Judy. run. Yeah, just the way we've got the barn laid out, I would have to put them up. But if I put them up and the girls get on them, then they could use that as a launching pad to. I'd
Yeah.
have to do some wing clipping.
Well, and we'd have to have a pretty steep top on there to keep them from getting up there.
Something, yeah. And I don't want the hens getting underneath the cage and getting into the poop. I'd like to harvest the rabbit poo for
Yeah.
really good
Fertilizer
stuff. Yeah, I've had.
Yeah. Well, and too, it's like we wouldn't be. They're fine in the pole barn in the winter, but in the summer, it gets so hot. There's not much air movement.
Yeah.
So it would really be hot and stifling in there.
Yeah. How I have had rabbit before, Barb. How long do chickens' legs till they're done?
Depends on the breed.
Yeah, but I mean, they're born with so many eggs. You know, usually they say, you know, there's 500 eggs or 600 eggs inside a girl when they're born, and how quickly do they lay? Like the Isa Browns, they lay about 320 eggs a year. They lay for 2 years. They go hard production and then they're done. Where others might lay 5 days a week or 4 to 5 days a week, and they stretch out over 5 years or something, or 6 years. Then they really taper off and they might give you one a week. So every breed is different. And that's what's wild having the Isa Browns. They are production machines. They're just, you know, first thing in the morning, we go out at 8 in the morning and there's already a dozen eggs that have been laid. And I know it's the Isas that have been in there, you know, fighting each other to lay that first egg. So just processed and ate my first 2 rabbits. We've got, in February, we're going to have some rabbit for dinner. And it was 2 wascui wabbits that were trying to get into my garden. And they couldn't outrun my 22. So we're going to have a little something. I need to, I might be asking you some questions. I've asked questions of, Heather. I'm not remembering Heather's channel. Sage and Stone Homestead. She does a lot of rabbits. Just did a really good video on cleaning rabbits. But it'd be good. I may ask you some questions. Still trying to figure it all out. Just something that would protect them. They need to be protected from predators and from our Minnesota weather, heat, and just the bitter cold. I need to be able to have a big enough structure, and that's what it might be, is another structure. So let me see what we're like, a high tunnel. Yeah. Yep. They reproduce. Yep. And that's where, you know, it needs to be in a structure, because if they or maybe you don't let them reproduce if they're doing it in the winter. I don't want those little babies out there, when it's 20 below. That's not good for them. So rabbits on the ground are more susceptible. That could be. Okay. I don't know. I'm doing, Dawn, if you learn about it, let me know, or maybe we need to have a rabbit show on here, and we all learn at the same time, get a few experts on to talk about it. Chickens eat the rabbit food that drops. Yeah, what won't the chickens eat?
Yeah.
Let me see.
They're about the same as the rest of our girls. They're not.
What's the other one that's that's the
the calicos.
Calico Princess. Calico Princess. Talk about a gorgeous bird. And we've got one that is
she's
head and shoulders above everybody else. Yeah. Oh my, she's a big girl. And she loves to be petted. You would think she'd be the one that would be controlling the flock. She comes right over, one of the first ones over to me. Hi.
Very mellow.
Let me bow down for you.
Yep.
Isa Browns are pretty average size.
Yeah, they're the same as our Black Stars and our Bard.
Might be a little bit, Dawn, a little bit smaller than the Sapphire Gem that you've got. I think that's kind of where.
Yeah, but they still do a large egg.
There you go. Sprinkled around with diatomaceous earth. There you go. Someone who can actually spell diatomaceous. So thank you. 4,000 to 5,000.
till age 7. Well,
Okay, and that might be the depends on the breed, because it I looked into the ISA Browns for sure because they're the machines. So, and they'll do 320 eggs a year for 2 years. But I thought I had looked that up for the Barred Plymouth Rock as well. So,
especially in the summer, yes, when we know that they've been out free ranging. In the winter, not so much, just because they're
inside the whole time.
Yeah.
During the summer, they all come in and they're kind of around, and you get a good feel for who's around. But then we've got so many breeds. Holly's like, okay, there's 18 of this one.
Yep, because trying to count 60 right now, and they're all moving around. So I break them into, okay, we've got 11 black sex links. We've got 10 of the sapphire splash.
14 of this one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do 60, and I'm walking around, and then they're all, it's like, oh, Holly's like, okay, let me handle this. So she's good with our nighttime count. Yeah, summer we do a head count, because then we can quickly, if one is gone, you know what breed it is. You might know what girl it is. And she's the one that goes across the street all the time. Let's go look there. Or we start doing the perimeter walk.
Yeah, another advantage of counting by breed. Then you know what you're looking for, who you're looking for.
You know what? You get that garage built, Dawn, and ISA Browns, you know what? ISA Browns are machines. They really are. Yeah. They're so mellow, fun, good. Yeah. Each one's unique looking.
They got like a little bit of white feathering around their neck, their collar, and then white on the tips of their tails.
And I don't know, maybe we should do some videos on, here's what these girls are going to look like when they're adults, folks. We need to do our top 5 breeds.
Yeah. When we got Calico Princess, ISA Browns, and then we happened to get one Golden Comet.
Yep.
And as chicks, they were all so very similar. And now that they've gotten older, we can tell them apart.
Oh, for sure. Yep. Yeah, that one that got thrown in there. Or we had one that had the external egg sac sticking out, and there's no way we could have removed it. She was not going to be doing good. And they gave us a trade in, but all they had was that Golden Comet. So we do have one Golden Comet. So she's a good girl. She lays. I can't give you any trends or any knowledge of it because it's one bird.
Yeah.
She could be mimicking the others. Who knows?
I can. It looks just like the ISA Browns, except she's got black on her tail feathers.
Yeah. She's a little bit tinier, just a hair. She comes up and just kind of looks at me, so I know which one. The ISA Browns, when I'm up changing the water, we got that table in the middle.
Yeah.
There's 2 ISA Browns that want to be my supervisor. Anytime I'm up there with the water jugs, they are literally in my face. Like I'm waiting for them to give me a peck, but I'm pouring water and they're squawking and telling me, okay, I pet them and hey, here, how you doing? Rub their belly. And they want to supervise. So
Huga,
what did I
having a talk with her chickens about their laying.
Talked about chicken nuggets. Well, we keep the lights on, so and I know some people think we're demons for having the lights on, but you know what? They produce all year round, and we do give them a lot of good food, a lot of.
Oh, they're getting treats and snacks and stuff from us all the time. I cooked up some squash last night, so they got all the seeds and everything from in there, and then the skins. And what was left there,
Oh, so anxious and flighty. Don, and part of it is we're out there with them all the time. We really are. Since I work from home, I'm out there, multiple times a day, every day. And Holly comes home and she's out all the time. And we're in the garden and they're constantly around us. So I don't know. Maybe it is the breed. I don't know that other breed. That's the Well Summers. I don't know that are the Wyandottes. We've never had them. So, we're past our hour and a half here. We try to, especially on a Sunday night, try to keep it there since it's a school night. I got to kind of share some goals. I was hoping to get more goals from you guys, but maybe I should have set that up better. But boy, we got off on a side tangent here and had some great conversation. I love where you guys take us on our
trips,
lives. Yeah. It just, you never know. It's like we plan it to go here and it goes this way, but it always turns out good. Let me see. Lights. I should wait until after the molt to put the lights on. It doesn't matter.
No.
I'd get them used to it because
Yeah.
they say it takes a couple weeks for them to get used to the lights being there. So, and we have them on in the run. We've got, you've got a coop. I guess we did have the lights on in the coop
Yep,
in the little
we
girls.
did. Everything's always been on a timer.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Then they've got 16 hours of light, which is the optimum number.
Mhm.
And then we had a strand of Christmas lights around.
Just the white.
Very
Light,
low
yeah.
wattage, so that there was just a little bit of a glow in there in case one of them fell off the roost. There was some light for them to get back on. So
Yeah.
otherwise, from at 10 p.m., those lights are off. 6 a.m. they come on, and during the summer, it's still on. So
Yeah.
they're used to having that on till 10 p.m. So I don't know. We'll let everybody go.
Yeah.
We'll be on in 2 weeks, and that is right before $50 February. So I hope everybody that's a part of that is getting ready for it. Yeah, Judy said she's checking out. Good night, Judy. But thanks everybody for joining us. Really appreciate everybody's support. Have a great week here. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with everybody. And if you got chickens, enjoy them. Take care, everybody.
Right.
Thanks for joining us.
Good
See ya.
night.